here's the last thing that I share with my clients and that I have learned, and it's been really, really helpful for me because if you're like me and you can't sleep, then you start worrying about, well, God, tomorrow I'm going to be a wreck. It's going to be bad. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be grumpy. And so then that starts leading to more anxiety of, well, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. It's not going to be restful sleep, which then triggers like cortisol, the fight or flight cortisol, and it's messing with all of our sleep. So what I want to say is introducing a concept that I call become a fan of powering down and let go of the need for perfect sleep every night. And so what I mean by powering down is this. Like I said, I am a hypnotist, and when we talk about hypnosis, what we're referring to is a natural state of consciousness that our minds go into and out of several times throughout the day on its own. It goes through this level of consciousness right when we're about to fall asleep, and also right when we're waking up. We go through it naturally. It's just a relaxed state of mind. Now, here's what's interesting. Oftentimes when we struggle to sleep, it's because we're actually hanging out in that zone, which is really, really cool. And the way that you know that you're hanging out in that zone, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you lay there and you kind of think your eyes are closed and you're trying to fall asleep. And let's say that it's like 1:15. And then you think you've been doing this for like 10 minutes, and you look at the clock and now it's 3 a.m. and you're like, dang it, an hour and a half I'm wasting. But you don't realize that an hour and a half or so has passed. That's because you've been in this midway zone. And that's actually really, really cool, because here's a little secret. No matter what I'm working on with my clients, when we're done with the session and they come back to alertness, they feel like they've woken up from a very restful nap. In fact, some of them will swear up and down that they like, well, Marti, I was actually sleeping during that time. And I said, you actually weren't, because I've been asking them questions and they're giving me responses. So they're connected with me, but they're thinking that, oh, I may have fallen asleep, and they're surprised that an hour has gone by or they thought it was only 10 minutes. And so they feel like they've woken up from a nice restful nap. So knowing that, and they feel relaxed, they feel rejuvenated. Obviously we want that restful, deep, healing, restorative sleep. But the next best thing is powering down. Just allowing yourself to power down, knowing, okay, well, I didn't get the deep, restful sleep, but I powered down. My mind relaxed, my body relaxed. Much better than feel worried about being exhausted or feeling exhausted from tossing and turning and stressing all night long.
Wow. I call it the twilight zone when you're in that half sleep kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a lot of rest there.
Well, if you know that if you know that that's going to happen and you just embrace that, it's like, okay, well, if I hang out there for an hour and 40, instead of going, oh, hour and 45 minutes, I'm still awake. Oh, it was an hour and 45 minutes of power down. Okay, I got some rest.
Yeah.
Well, less than ideal rest, but better than none.
Yeah, sometimes when I take those power naps, that's kind of like the zone that I'm in. And I realize that I'm there because I can't completely go to sleep, but I know that I'm in relaxation.